Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this AINanoTEC Launch Event about a program that wants to bring synergetic technologies into reality. Over the next hour, we will bring you several perspectives on how nanotechnologies, artificial intelligence, and also information and communication technologies can work together to support entrepreneurial innovation in these fields. AINanoTEC is a program created to support also the acceleration and the scale-up of innovative products and services while giving access to mentoring and investors' networks. This program is brought to you by Fraunhofer Portugal, Inovaria, a rede de inovação em Aveiro, and INL, the International Iberian Nanotechnology Laboratory. Thank you for being here with us today. To welcome all of you, I will now give the floor to the director of Fraunhofer Portugal, the organization leading the AINanoTEC program, Liliana Ferreira.
Hello, good afternoon to all. So I would like to start by thanking AINanoTEC organization and the organization of this event for the opportunity to kick off and launch this project. And of course, I would like to start by transmitting a very warm welcome to the ones that are participating, the ones that are listening to us today, but also, of course, a very special welcome to the speakers that will share with us their experience today and their know-how on the topic. And as far as I could see, we do have a broad panel with a lot of experiences today, experiences from the point of view of the Portuguese Ministry of Economy and Digital Transformation, to the point of view of the citizens of the city through the Vice Mayor of the City Hall of Porto. And of course, most important actually, I was listening to them while I was in the backstage, the point of view of the founders, the CEOs, the ones that have the experience that will share with us today, with the participants, with the projects, and that are, as we know, so relevant for the success of the ideas that will be explored in this project. In this very few minutes that I have, I would like just to highlight the importance of the project, of course, but mostly the importance of the tools and the knowledge that it will bring to the ones that will accept this challenge of changing the world, the challenge of bringing their ideas, their technologies into reality, into the hands of real people. And we all know how important, but how challenging this is. And it is mostly challenge when we discuss topics of such high complexity as was mentioned in this introduction. We talk about nanotechnology, we talk about artificial intelligence. Basically, we talk about the most or some of the most relevant areas of science, physics, chemistry, biology, engineering, all together in one entrepreneurship program. And it is, in my opinion, of course, the huge potential that this project has on the economy to promote a more competitive economy and finally a better society. So it is for us, Fraunhofer Portugal, an honor to be part of this consortium, to lead this consortium together with INL and Inovaria. And I can only wish the project members, the project participants, a lot of success, a lot of energy in addressing this challenge together with the amazing mentors, with the amazing people that will be part of this project. This event will certainly be a great inspiration for this purpose. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Liliana Ferreira. That's the whole idea. We want to inspire all the ones that are listening and watching us in this afternoon. Thank you so much also for your welcome address. We will now have with us the Portuguese government perspective on artificial intelligence and entrepreneurship as drivers for the future economy. We now give the floor to the Deputy Minister for the Economy, João Neves, who will address the audience in Portuguese. Welcome, or should I say, bem-vindo, Sr. Secretário de Estado.
Posso? Muito boa tarde. Gostava de cumprimentar todos os participantes e desejar que esta sessão possa corresponder àquilo que são a ambição deste projeto. Evidentemente que Portugal fez uma trajetória nos últimos anos de consolidação do ecossistema de empreendedorismo e de inovação tecnológica que nos orgulha, mas que também nos enche de responsabilidade para o futuro. De consolidar não apenas os passos que já demos, mas também construir soluções com base em instrumentos novos, em tecnologias novas, em capacidade de inovação também sobre o sistema, permitindo dar mais capacidade competitiva à nossa economia, reforçar a capacidade concorrencial das nossas empresas e corresponder àquilo que são os anseios não apenas da sociedade, mas também dos cidadãos individualmente considerados, nos seus projetos de vida, na sua ambição e na construção de soluções individuais e coletivas mais fortes e mais capazes de corresponder àquilo que é uma trajetória de crescimento e desenvolvimento económico. Evidentemente que os elementos centrais desta evolução são elementos que permanentemente têm que ser renovados. Aproveitar mecanismos de consolidação do conhecimento, valorizar esse conhecimento em contexto empresarial, dar espaço para que aquilo que é uma trajetória de evolução dos conhecimentos, quer setoriais, quer mais globais, tenham não apenas relevo na sociedade, tenham valor para aquilo que são os elementos centrais da construção de sociedades democráticas, mas também formas consolidadas que permitam que esse valor seja reconhecido pelos cidadãos no seu conjunto. Porque nada mais importante é de termos coesão nas nossas sociedades e podermos que aquilo que são os elementos distintivos dessas mesmas sociedades tenham o seu valor reconhecido ao nível global. A inovação é um deles, é um aspecto central, e o debate sobre o valor particular da inteligência artificial como mecanismo de aceleração daquilo que são as capacidades, quer das empresas, quer da nossa sociedade, e fazê-lo num contexto eticamente responsável, é um debate absolutamente crucial para os caminhos do nosso futuro. E, portanto, temos pela frente não apenas, digamos, um debate global sobre uma trajetória, sobre os elementos que diferenciam as sociedades e a sua capacidade de ser mais competitivas, mas também um debate mais particular sobre os instrumentos em concreto que podem permitir que essa evolução seja mais forte. A inteligência artificial é um debate do presente e do futuro. E é um debate em que nós queremos estar de corpo inteiro, queremos ter capacidade, queremos ter competências e queremos que essas competências possam ser usufruídas não apenas pelas empresas, mas pelo conjunto da sociedade. Estou certo que este projeto que o Fraunhofer e a Nova Ria estão a concretizar será um projeto útil do ponto de vista do desenvolvimento dessas competências e dessas capacidades, transformando a nossa visão não apenas numa visão da capacidade do ponto de vista teórico, mas da capacidade de concretizar projetos de sentido prático que permitam que essa evolução seja feita. Nós estamos, aliás, num período em que estes instrumentos, nomeadamente os instrumentos que relevam do Programa de Recuperação e Resiliência, estão muito orientados para produzir resultados, produzir transformações, produzir um aumento da dinâmica da transformação estrutural da nossa economia e da capacidade da nossa sociedade e das nossas empresas. E, portanto, colocar no centro dessas discussões como elemento crucial para estas mudanças a inteligência artificial é um debate que é não apenas do sentido dos projetos futuros, mas dos projetos em concreto de transformação da nossa economia e da nossa sociedade. E, portanto, eu espero que deste projeto que o Fraunhofer e a Nova Ria também vão, com certeza, protagonizar, possamos não apenas ter uma capacidade de gestão de uma rede de conhecimento e de evolução, mas também projetos que permitam uma concretização de investimentos associados à inteligência artificial que beneficie a nossa sociedade e a nossa economia. E, portanto, com estas palavras muito orientadas para produzir resultados, para agir de forma a que os elementos estruturais da nossa economia possam ser transformadas, com estas palavras simples, mas com significado da orientação política que temos neste próximo futuro. Vos desejo que não apenas neste encontro, mas no futuro, possamos todos ter a capacidade de gestão de iniciativas que confiram que esta dinâmica de mudança é uma mudança consolidada. Muito obrigado e muito boa tarde e bom trabalho.
Muito obrigado, Sr. Secretário de Estado. Thank you to the Deputy Minister for the Economy, João Neves, for giving us the honor of his presence here today with us and for calling the attention on the slings and arrows around artificial intelligence, because intelligence may be artificial, but the problems and the challenges are quite real. So we move now from the central to the local administration. The next topic is deep tech entrepreneurship as a national competitive and attraction factor. To present it, it is my pleasure to introduce the Vice Mayor of the city of Porto and also Councillor for Innovation and Environment, Filipe Araújo. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are hearing me well. Thank you very much for the invitation for this virtual meeting, dear Secretary of State, dear participants. I would start by explaining a little bit how Porto and its relationship with the tech ecosystem is going on. We believe that there is an ecosystem very active in place in the city, where the role of the municipality, of the city is being a central hub, is to facilitate, let's say, the connection between the stakeholders, between all stakeholders who together support the innovative companies that are being created, or even the ones that are being scaled up. Our will is to gather the academia, the corporate, the incubators, the R&D centers, the investors, all the communities, in order to support and to boost this ecosystem that is full of potential and an aim to success. Porto is, of course, attaching special importance to the measures at the city scale to strengthen the local innovation ecosystem, and especially to network them at a local, a regional, a national, and international levels. It is always important to keep those the brilliant minds that we have that feed this ecosystem, and to be committed to the evolution that is needed, to the transition that is needed in order to achieve the economic and social development that I think we all aspire as a society. And let's say that especially now, due to the instability caused by COVID-19, we definitely must fight even harder to get us further. So initiatives like the one that we are seeing going live today, the Artificial Intelligence Nanotechnology Entrepreneurial Program, are vital and represent which we could name golden opportunities to those who are eager to know more, to the young scientists, and to the ones that want to achieve greater objectives, the entrepreneurs, let's say. This program definitely is a wonderful chance for you to grab an opportunity. And as a municipality, Porto has teamed up with the innovation agents in the city, and we launched some years ago our program that is called Scale Up Porto, and Scale Up Porto as an essential piece, let's say, between all stakeholders to make the tech community grow. Scale Up Porto is a strategy that commits the city towards the promotion of the ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship, and with the novel and integrated vision, let's say, of the scale-up process, we are definitely developing the sustainability of the system. So what we want is to enhance the economic competitiveness of the region, creating employment and improving the citizens' quality of life. So with Scale Up Porto and many of the innovation agents in the ecosystem, like the ones here, we have been supporting the tech communities and companies, promoting knowledge sharing, definitely something that's very important, but also supporting the development of talent and in the end, connecting markets and the ecosystem to the funding opportunities. If you look to what Porto is doing about innovation, we have seen that Porto, there is a state-of-the-art of knowledge that, of course, is being produced by the academia. And there is also a strong pool of talented and creative people. Porto is home of hundreds of tech-based companies, and they are with a high potential to grow and very competitive in the international market. But also the scientific and technology environment that we live in the city naturally is a stimulator, let's say, for the creation of new projects with enormous potential to scale, which I believe is that we are starting now will also help a lot. Let me say that if you look to the municipalities, if you look what we are doing, the technology and the innovation inside of the municipality, we have a clear example of our will to open the city to companies and to entrepreneurs is our data management and valorization plan that was created to make data-driven decisions much easier inside of the municipality and all its companies, municipal companies. Aware of the importance of data that's focus on quality, on reliability, on trust, on traceability of information. This is a plan that was developed under two axes. Let's say on one hand, we have data meta indexer that it's more or less oriented for the municipality's information system. So that will allow us nowadays to track data and use it much more efficient in the municipal services. On the other hand, we know that it's very important that we have data, and especially in this context that we are now, open data, let's say, that is more oriented to citizens or to reuse of public data that can help raise transparency, of course, active citizenship, or even contributing to generate more innovation and value for the society as a whole. As mentioned earlier, technology and innovation are in the center of the strategy that we proposed for Porto, and this strategy can only be enhanced if, of course, funding opportunities allow our companies to grow, helping us disrupting traditional sectors, developing our economic competitiveness, contributing in a clear way to improve the quality of life of our citizens, which is, of course, our main goal. But thankfully, we count on initiatives like the one that is starting now to help us all of us, along this incredible and very satisfying journey that we have in the coming years with this acceleration needed and all the transitions that we need in the coming future in order to keep up with the objectives that we launch as a region, as a city, as a region, but as a whole in this planet. So we are delighted to see how Fraunhofer, Portugal, and Inovaria and AINL are joining forces, and we truly pleased and proud, of course. We are ready, let's say, that we are almost in the Euro playing. We are ready to play on this team. So thank you very much for your entrepreneur spirit and good luck to everyone in this project. Thank you very much.
And now it is time to score. Thank you so much, Mr. Vice Mayor Filipe Araújo from Porto Municipality, for bringing us some examples of applied innovation and how they can make a significant contribution to the territorial cohesion. Now, and for the next 10 minutes, we will give you the chance of listening firsthand to the stories of two entrepreneurs. As a matter of fact, that's what AINanoTEC is all about, promoting innovative entrepreneurship. Today with us we have Nuno Pinto, founder and CBO of Coverflex, and also Francisco Rodrigues, CEO of PICadvanced. Thank you to Nuno and Francisco. I would start by you, Nuno. I believe that many of the people who are listening to you and also to Francisco, they are eager to know what stones they will find in their paths to entrepreneurship. What can you share about yourself and about what you were before you started your entrepreneurial journey? I believe you are on mute.
Yes. Hi. Now it's okay. Hi. Thank you so much for the invitation and for the organization. It's also a pleasure to be here. Before being an entrepreneur, I was a management degree in Universidade do Minho. I had 2 corporate regular jobs that I didn't really like. One of the things that when I finished my graduation, with my promise to myself is that I didn't want to have a regular job. So I kind of started by testing with these 2 companies, 2 amazing companies, but it wasn't the fit for me. And I decided that I needed a change. So basically that's when I was like 25, I decided to become an entrepreneur. I never thought that I would have so many projects in my life, but a regular management degree guy that just didn't want it to work on banking, on other kind of institutions.
What about you, Francisco? Where were you or what were you thinking before turning to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I was more or less in university in my last year of master's, and I was going to decide if I would pursue a PhD as a scientific career, get into a big corporate, or be part of a startup ecosystem. I decided to go to a big corporate first, which was a mistake from my side. I had one impression of making the difference, that it was not what I faced when I was there making my day-to-day job. And I then decided to accept the invitation I had to join the startup environment. And I'm very happy with it, not having also a day-to-day job, as you were saying before.
Mm-hmm.
And Francisco, what were your objectives when you were still thinking about being an entrepreneur?
So there are technical and vision of the company that you are creating, definitely. But above that was to build a team that can work together and can empower the vision of the company. So pass this idea and to other people, make them work together and make things come into reality.
What about you, Nuno? Did you picture yourself as you are today when you started your entrepreneurial journey?
Not really. I wouldn't guess that I would have such a different reality right now. But things change every day. So it's a life of an entrepreneur. We never know what's happening tomorrow. I would like what Francisco was mentioned about the team. It's really important to have that impact on people's lives, not only our customers, but also the ability to build a team around you that it's even more passionate than you sometimes. So it's also a surprise. Even myself, when I wake up sometimes, it's also a surprise.
Nuno, one of the things that always comes associated with the entrepreneurial life is the word challenge. So what was the biggest challenge that you had and how did you overcome it, assuming that you overcame it?
Yeah, there are so many challenges. Sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint one. Probably one of the first ones that I had, which was really a difficult challenge. In my first entrepreneurial company, I faced a huge debt that I was not counting, and it was really hard to overcome that fact that I was not joining a company that is kind of zero debt. but we struggle a lot, and we fight really hard, and it was important because it make us really target business and going after customers. So it was also important that probably one of the biggest challenge also it is now with Coverflex. When I built Coverflex, the funding around it, one of the things that I really understood from the previous challenges that I had is like, we really need some money to build what we are building so fast and with an amazing team around us, and to starting from scratch to go after funding, not only in Portugal but all across Europe. It was really, really challenging also, but we kind of start talking with everyone we knew about. That's probably the way that we overcome that challenge.
And you, Francisco, what was the biggest stone in your shoe?
That is a very difficult question. There are countless challenges every day, especially in the lifetime of a company. It's countless, from financial, human resources, technical problems. I think that this is more or less a common statement, but an entrepreneur or a CEO is one of the most lonely jobs in the world. So you have to face the problems, and you have to try to absorb them and analyze them from a different perspective. But on this topic, and without mentioning any in specific, I think that it is important to note that there is no right way to solve things. Okay, so don't give up. Believe that there is a situation, and work very hard to overcome them, and proactively work with your team to try to overcome all the problems that you face. You cannot do it alone.
I believe that you already started to answer the question that I'm going to pose you and Nuno right now. So an entrepreneur must have a good memory to know what are the lessons to keep. What would be the three main lessons that you learned in your entrepreneurial journey, Francisco, and what can you share with us about that?
Okay. I would say that first one is that people fail, and that is okay. So you have to adapt yourself every day to that reality. Do not expect machines working with you, and you are also not a machine. Concerning your customers and your team, not over-promising, but always make everybody over-dream what they can achieve. And also take time, okay, for an entrepreneur that is starting something, to take time not with your problems, but with other stakeholders, investors, people that is older than you and have also faced this type of problems, and listen to them, so that you also absorb from lessons learned from the others.
Nuno, what are your three main lessons?
One, clearly, you cannot build on your own alone. Build with the team around you. That's the first lesson that I understood. Another one is build for scale. Even the smallest project, when you are defining the first stones of your project, try to understand that build something, but always thinking about scaling, not only internationally, but even the process that we are building. And another important thing, it's about building a network. It's really important to share with the maximum number of people about your project. Sometimes entrepreneurs tend to don't tell anyone about their idea because they think that their idea is unique and no one ever thought about that. That's a huge mistake. Tell everyone about it, listen to feedback, iterate the maximum that you can. And that's why it's so really important to speak with the maximum number that people of you can when you are defining the project.
We have now 30 seconds to listen to what you consider to be the most rewarding side of entrepreneurship. What was yours, Nuno?
Probably knowing that every day we try, and I try to with my team, to impact people's lives with the product that we are building. That's really important for us. It's not a regular job. That I have impact in my life also, and that by the end I'm building something that it's going to make my kids happy and proud. So basically that's the things that it's more concerning for me.
Thank you so much, Nuno. And what about you, Francisco?
I would subscribe and saying that I think it's very, very satisfying to have everybody align with a common goal and have a good workspace and a good environment in the team, while you can satisfy your customers and you can generate revenue for the company.
Well, thank you so much, Nuno and Francisco, for bringing us your inspiring examples of entrepreneurship. We hope that our audience also feels inspired by your entrepreneurial examples, and you can be sure, the ones that are listening to us, that you may count on AINanoTEC support. It is now time to have a deeper dive into the AINanoTEC program. I remember it is born from the consortium led by Fraunhofer Portugal in collaboration with Inovaria and also INL. So let us welcome the Executive Director of Fraunhofer Portugal, Pedro Almeida. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, George, and good afternoon to everyone. And first of all, I would like also to congratulate all the team that is involved in the project and also in the promotion of this event, because from the testimonies that we had from the Secretary of State, from the Vice Mayor of the Câmara Municipal de Porto, and also from two entrepreneurs, for me it's already evident that all the work that we are doing here in AINanoTEC, it's paying off. And I'm sure that by the end we'll all be satisfied with the results that we hope to achieve by the end of the project. Okay, today I'm going to give a little overview also about how the idea to implement the project was born, and also what is what are the expectations and the role of each partner in this consortium and this important project. Okay, and I will start by saying that from the three entities that are leading this project, Fraunhofer Portugal, Inovaria, and INL, actually Fraunhofer is the least experienced in entrepreneurial programs. We started an entrepreneurial activity and the entrepreneurial programs about 2 years ago. When we started this program, before implementing the methodology of this program, we were analyzing some different options, and one of the options that we analyzed and actually that we implemented at the end is based on a German program called the AHEAD program that is operated by Fraunhofer Gesellschaft in Germany. And for some time, we had people in our organization, Fraunhofer Portugal, looking at this methodology and also looking at different ways to adapt this methodology to the Portuguese context. And at the end, we ended up creating an initiative that is running nowadays, which is called AHEAD Portugal, that is, let's say, fostered and managed by a team of Fraunhofer Portugal. And the reason why we started also to do this type of programs is that inside Fraunhofer Portugal, what we see is that we have brilliant people with brilliant ideas and brilliant projects. But at the end, there's always, a big path between developing technology inside an R&D center and transforming that technology in economic value, okay, in sales and customers at the end. And that was one of the reasons why we decided also from our side, Fraunhofer Portugal, to invest in this area of entrepreneurship, because besides having some potential entrepreneurs arising from our scientific team in Fraunhofer Portugal, that would be, let's say, the ultimate goal, to have some spin-offs and some companies that are created by researchers from Fraunhofer Portugal. But if this is not the case, at least the part that concerns with giving the knowledge and the tools for scientists to be able to understand how is the world on the side of the companies and startups it's, on our view, very important also capacity that we must provide to our researchers, okay? And in our opinion, this is valid to anyone that works in the research environment. It's not exclusive of Fraunhofer Portugal, because at the end, in most of the projects that we do inside Fraunhofer Portugal, we are implementing customers with the aim and the goal at the hand to have some companies that are going to explore economically the results from this project. So it's very important also to the people that are developing technology within research organizations to understand what are the expectations from the companies that are, let's say, on the other side and that want to commercialize some products or services that have this type of technology inside. So based on this short experience of Fraunhofer that I consider that is being successful, we decided also to work with some other organizations in Portugal that are more experienced than Fraunhofer Portugal in order to implement a specific entrepreneurial program for the areas of artificial intelligence and nanotechnology. Okay, artificial intelligence, I think it's clear to everyone because it's one of the areas where we have within Fraunhofer Portugal a very strong team, and there are several projects that are being implemented inside Fraunhofer Portugal with this type of technology. And the part of nanotechnology in Portugal, we obviously needed to do it with INL because not only in Portugal but at international level, it's one of the most important organizations with a very good reputation worldwide, and that's why we also decided to let's say to approach INL and to combine our expertise from the side of artificial intelligence with the expertise of INL in the area of nanotechnologies. Why these two technologies, AI and nanotechnology? Well, I think I don't need to say any special words. You just need to open the newspaper and see and see the news, and you'll see the importance that this type of technologies are having nowadays. Okay, electronics, it's everywhere. Okay, AI in the future will be everywhere. Actually, there are already several services that we use on our daily life that use on the back end artificial intelligence. So these are two, in my opinion, two very important pillars for the future economies, and we have strong organizations in Portugal working on them, and that was the reason why we decided to work on these topics. In Avaria, it's also, let's say, within the consortium, because in this type of project, it's not only important to have, let's say, the research organizations, we also need to have a good link and a direct contact with companies, okay? Because it's not only the question of having people engaging this type of project as an expectation to become future entrepreneurs, okay, and become good examples like the ones that we have seen before, but it's also very important to involve companies since the beginning of these projects, okay, because they also have a word to say at the end of the day, and in my view, they are also entitled somehow to influence the decisions and to influence also, let's say, the type of projects that are going to be implemented in the future. Because at the end, if you already have potential customers, or if you have a company that is already interested to, let's say, absorb the results of this type of programs, the likelihood of success will be much higher, okay? And basically, these were the reasons why we have promoted this project, AINanoTEC. All this started more or less 1.5 years ago, okay? We have spent 3-4 months doing the proposal. It was submitted in June 2019, if I'm not mistaken, and in June 2020. And by the end of last year, we had the approval of our project. And as you know, these are very competitive calls also to finance this type of initiative. And if I'm not mistaken, we were one of the 6 projects that were funded in a first round of projects that were funded in this area of entrepreneurship, which was already let's say a first win for the consortia and for the team that is managing this program. Okay. In terms of the methodology, we are using a methodology that is similar to the one that it's used in Germany from the AHEAD program. It has some adaptation to the Portuguese context because it's not exactly the same, but the principles are the same. And essentially, we have, let's say, a classical entrepreneurial program with 3 different stages. One first stage that helps researchers or any entrepreneur to have a deeper understanding of all these concepts related to entrepreneurship in the phase that we call the boot camps, which are the ones that we are going also to launch in AINanoTEC. Usually these, let's say, this phase of the programs are preceded by a contest of ideas with a sense also to make a scan of the ideas that exist on the different organizations, different R&D organizations, okay? After the boot camps, we will start some the acceleration phase, okay? Within the acceleration phase, the idea is to have, let's say, ideas that are already worked, okay, on the sense that they are better prepared. We already have a team, but now it's time to engage this team in acceleration programs in order for them to make some real tests with the market and try to conquer real customers, okay? And besides this phase of acceleration, we have also a phase of scale up. It was already mentioned, it's not only the issue of creating a pilot and testing a pilot and having success with the pilot, but nowadays it's very important also to scale up companies very quickly, okay? Because the market, and especially this type of market of high tech, which involves artificial intelligence and also nanotechnologies, the time to market is critical for the success of the companies at the end of the day. So the sooner you are able to get your product or service in the market, the better conditions you will have also to have a profitable and a winning project at the end of the day, okay? And during all these phases and processes, both Fraunhofer Portugal, INL, and Inovaria will provide specific support with their own team and with mentors that are going to be contracted with the resources of the project. Because what we want to have at the end of the day is a community. It was already mentioned also by some people here. AINanoTEC is also about building a community, okay? And at the end, this community must work as a whole, and each one of us has to contribute to the success of the other ones that belong to this community. And just to finalize, say that what we are implementing is with an international, let's say, vision and scope, also because of, let's say, the goals and the themes that are involved in this initiative. This is not about only doing an entrepreneurial program for Portugal. It's about doing minimum an European entrepreneurial program. But of course, if we can scale this initiative and project even for other geographies, at the end that will be also, let's say, a good conquer and one of the results that we aim to have with this project. So thank you everyone for attending this session, and a special thank you also to everyone that is involved in the management of AINanoTEC. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pedro Almeida, for bringing us what we all can expect from AINanoTEC. It is a lot, indeed. I kept a particular word of what you said. The word community is very strong, because the ones who are within the AINanoTEC community can feel supported and can feel that they can move forward with the support of this project. Thank you so much. And now, with no further ado, allow me to introduce you to Denise Brent, New Business Development Manager of Fraunhofer Portugal. She will launch the AINanoTEC open call for ideas and technologies. Right after, we will have the chance to address the questions that you may have about this program in a Q&A session. So be sure to start preparing your questions. Right now, Denise, what can you tell us about this open call?
Good afternoon, George, and good afternoon to everyone who has chosen to join us today. And I hope you found the previous interventions as inspiring and motivating as I have. We've arrived at the point in our agenda where the difference between dreamers and innovators begins to take shape. It's the moment where you can actually take the next step, the step to transform your idea or technology into reality, an informed reality, where your ability to invent, discover, create, and pioneer the future can be done within an ecosystem which, as has been previously mentioned, which will support you, enrich you, inform you, and challenge you to reach your highest entrepreneurial potential. Today, we launched the AINanoTEC Open Call for Ideas and Technologies, which will remain open until September 3rd. You may submit your idea and or technology by following the details and procedures in the AINanoTEC contest regulation, which will be available on the AINanoTEC website. And if you feel this is your moment, because we've heard people, especially the two entrepreneurs who have shared their previous experience, if you feel that your moment is now, challenge yourself to test, to reshape, to improve, and to materialize your dreams and your visions with a renowned panel of our national and international mentors, investors, and stakeholders who are here and ready to support you. The question that we would like to challenge you with today is, are you ready? Are you ready to take your next step? Because we certainly are ready to support you, and we really do look forward to seeing you enroll in our program so that we can help you and the community grow in an informed manner, which will continuously promote the quality of the solutions which are developed throughout the course of time. So this would be our call for you today, and I'd be very happy to take any of your questions which you might have at this moment.
AINanoTEC program target audiences.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
So I was just saying that while we are still waiting for the questions from the audience, the first one I would ask you is, who are the AINanoTEC program target audiences?
Well, our target audience is certainly someone who is passionate about an idea or technology. So our entrepreneurs and our researchers who feel that they have something to contribute with in the form of an idea or of a technology, because as the regulation specifies, there is room for both for an idea and for a technology, and for both of them to be combined through matchmaking, which will take place, for example, through our boot camps. So there will be room for both the entrepreneur who has an idea which they would like to develop, as well as for a researcher who would like to market their technology.
And where can the applicants find more information about the participation requirements?
We have, as I mentioned before, the AINanoTEC context regulation, which is available on the site, and it will be available as of today. And there's also an email where any question which hasn't been addressed in the regulation, anyone who would be interested in enrolling can address their questions through that email, and we will get back to them.
Sorry, I was on mute. I keep doing this even 1.5 years after the start.
I think we all do.
of the pandemic. I was just saying that you can leave your questions here on the chat area, and I will address it to Denise Branco. I have just one more question for you, Denise. Is there any limit for the number of participants?
Well, there isn't a limited number for ideas or technologies. So if that is the question regarding the amounts of, or the number of ideas or technologies which can be submitted, there isn't a number, because we really do want to encourage all entrepreneurs and researchers in this field to challenge themselves, because this really is an opportunity to grow within a community which is ready to support everyone who is willing to address this process, as Nuno and as Francisco shared with us, who are willing to expose themselves through this learning process. So it is undoubtedly a unique experience, with a first-class set of national and international mentors and investors and stakeholders who, in all the sessions which we're going to promote throughout the program, will certainly benefit any idea or technology which is currently being developed, in order to avoid, not all of them, but some of the stones which the two entrepreneurs shared before, which can be very painful and which can sometimes be the end of a very good idea or very good technology. And so we really do believe in the benefits of informed entrepreneurship.
And now a question that may be in the heads of many of the people who are watching us. Mm-hmm. Is there any monetary prize involved?
Not in this program. There isn't a monetary prize involved. But I would challenge anyone who finds that as their main motivation to think about everything that they will be saving by testing themselves in a program where they will be exposed to a potential investor, to a potential stakeholder in their project. Because it's not all about winning, and sometimes it is understandably very attractive to enroll in a program where there is a monetary prize. But in this case, we do believe that it is a very robust program regarding the inputs of the people who will be assisting our researchers and entrepreneurs. So in the case of AINanoTEC, no, there is no monetary prize.
I believe that we have no questions from the audience. I wish to think that this is a good sign. We have been perfectly clear about the AINanoTEC program projects. So I have one final question for you, Denise. For someone who is starting his or her career as an entrepreneur, what do you believe that would be the main advantage of applying for the AINanoTEC program?
I think it will be the advantage of testing passion with reality, because we can sometimes be very passionate about an idea, and our passion can sometimes avoid or remove the filters that we sometimes need to objectively address when we want to successfully implement an idea or technology. And life does come with experience. For example, Nuno shared the importance of his previous experiences and how that's enriched how he approached his new entrepreneurial projects. And I think that's at a time where it seems very attractive to just start your own business and to just throw your idea or your technology out there. That could come at a very, very high price. And it can impact on one's life in a way which is certainly detrimental at many levels. And therefore, being able to share experience in a community that is so diversified and to learn from so many other people, I think is certainly the major highlight of this program.
Well, thank you so much, Denise. We are now, after your very well-made presentation and explanations about the AINanoTEC project, we are reaching the end of this event. We have already told you what AINanoTEC is all about. Now we will show you. So now, please sit back and relax, and because we have a short message for you.
Our world has been shaped by dreamers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs driven by questions, imagination, visions, people driven to create, build, connect, people with the power to transform reality, creating life-changing projects which serve millions, people like you. The countdown has started. Do you want to fast-track your success? You can. AINanoTEC is an innovative program designed for young entrepreneurs with a passion for AI, nanotechnology, information and communication technology. With a unique action-based program to map and capture ideas, AINanoTEC boosts technologies and technology-based startups through multidisciplinary and complementary entrepreneurial teams, acceleration programs, and scale-up programs. Your ideas and technologies will benefit from boot camps, thematic sessions, pitching, and mentoring. Make your vision a reality by partnering with the best in the field. In just 2022 alone, the world's top companies will invest billions of euros in artificial intelligence and advanced analytics solutions in order to improve the acquisition and analysis of customer data. And 2027 foresees the exponential growth of nanomaterials and global digital transformation market size. Can your idea and technology shape the future? For more information, visit AINanotech.eu.
We hope that you have enjoyed this session and found it insightful. You now have the chance to be part of this story. AINanoTEC is waiting for you. Thank you. It was our pleasure. Let's stay in touch.